All right, Amir and Owen, I have one question for you guys. After seeing John Wick Chapter 4, is this the best movie of all time?
It's pretty damn close to the best movie of all time.
I agree.
It's pretty damn close.
What's going on, guys? It's the What Do You Think crew, and we're here for a new movie review, John Wick Chapter 4. It's me, Omid.
Owen.
It's me, Amir, guys. And what's going on? Amir, go ahead and tell us about this movie. What is the synopsis of this movie? So, first of all, if you guys are new to What Do You Think, go ahead and leave us a like and subscribe if you like our videos. We're just doing a lot of movie reviews. And like you said, we are reviewing John Wick Chapter 4. And holy shit, this movie's amazing. So, if you don't know the story, this is the fourth one. And after John Wick kind of broke the rules of the Continental, and we saw in Chapter 3, everyone's after him. He was excommunicado. Exactly. And we're just seeing in this one the consequences of his actions, and I don't want to go too much into the story, but all you gotta know is John Wick is back and he's ready to kick some ass, and there are new assassins, and they build I think that the world building in this is the best in the franchise. Like, when we came out of this movie, I was fucking gushing, guys. Like, this movie is amazing. All the characters in it, all the action, the emotion, the writing, the characters, I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I feel like John Wick, there's parts of the movie where he's gone for a little bit, and those are still really great parts.
Yeah, it's like you don't care that he's gone because all the characters in it are so interesting. Like, we have Donnie Yen, Hiroyuki Sanada, we have Bill Skarsgård?
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård was fucking
Pennywise.
great. Pennywise, yeah, just so many great actors and characters in this movie. Oh, yeah. And like you said, the action is great. Like, there was two or three like new characters or like new actors I've even heard of before. I think it was Scott Adkins. He plays a character named Killa. And if you play Tekken, you know Bob. Oh, yeah. He's the big guy. He's the big kingpin character. He's really cool in this movie. And man, this felt like a 007, but like honestly, this is better than 007.
I
thought so. It was like 007 meets Mission Impossible and like
Battle Royale.
Yeah, Battle
Kill
Royale.
Bill.
I was gonna say Kill Bill. I was gonna say Kill Bill too because like there was just a lot of killing and a lot of cool characters. And like, man, this movie, watching it already feels like an instant classic. Like, I don't know about you guys, because I told them, I was like, oh, John Wick 1, I'm not too big fan of it, but I think 2 is blasphemous.
That is
you
a
can
hot
agree.
take.
Blasphemous. Yeah, so I was like, oh, 2, I like 2, and I thought 3 was
2 is great.
2 is amazing, and I think 3 is great.
2 used to be my favorite John Wick.
Yeah.
It used to be my favorite John Wick. But then 4 became my favorite, and then it became my second favorite, and then my third favorite.
Yeah. You were talking last night after the theater, he's like, oh, my ranking is John Wick Chapter 4, John Wick Chapter 4, John Wick Chapter 4, and then
the rest.
Yeah. So, already right off the bat, we are glowing about this movie. Do you want to go into some of our favorite moments? How do you guys think Keanu Reeves did this movie 4th time around, being this character for, I think, almost 10 years? Do you feel like he's getting older? Is he doing a good job?
So it definitely looks... I think in John Wick 3 you could tell he got older, but I don't know what they did in this one, but they really revamped him. He felt like he had the energy back.
Yeah.
Like, I think in John Wick 3 he felt like he was tired, and in this one he was non-stop. Like, he was crazy in this movie. And it was great.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Spectre in the Daniel Craig series. Like, in that one he felt really old, but when he came back for No Time to Die, he was like reinvigorated, doing new things. He felt younger. So I felt like for this, Keanu Reeves went balls to the wall with his action. Yeah. And it's like, man, I don't even know how old this guy is. And everyone else around him came to play too. Like, even just like the normal henchmen. Like, the choreography in this is beautiful. Like we said, it's a dance.
Somehow everyone had a bulletproof vest. So this entire movie wasn't just like one shot and they're dead. It was like shoot them 10 times, reload, and then you gotta shoot the same guy.
Yeah, it's a dance. It's a dance. Like, I just can't stop gushing about this movie. Like, because we saw it with Dylan, and we also saw it Ramadan. And I remember just like parts of the movie, I was leaning over Ram, was like, dude, the shots are beautiful. You see them in Japan, it looks so good. The lighting looks awesome. And I just whispered, I was like, man, compare this to like a Marvel movie. Like, there was so much love and passion put into this that it was like breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think like not to like shit on Marvel movies. I think there's still love. I think what I wanted to say is Chad Stahelski, man, he came a long way, because he started off as like Keanu Reeves' is stunt double in The Matrix.
That was the director, right?
Yeah, that's the director. And in this one, he comes to play where I'm like, damn, he needs to be like on the top of everyone's list in Hollywood. Like, I want to see him do bigger, better things after John Wick. If he wants to do like another John Wick movie or TV show, because I know they're doing the Ballerina or the Continental.
Oh, they're having a TV show?
Yeah. So they want to do more stuff in not only John Wick, but the John Wick universe. And I think let him do everything. He is like goals. This guy is goated. He's great, and I know we were talking about that earlier, because I didn't think John Wick Chapter 3 was the best. So I'm kind of curious if they're still doing this ballerina show, if that's where they want to go, or Continental. But I think as long as if Chad Stahelski is attached to it, I'm assuming he's gonna be great. So, I guess also the one elephant in the room was it sucks that Lance Reddick passed away before the movie came out. Yeah. So it was really nice to see that they dedicated the movie to him. But yeah, is there? Let me ask you a question to Owen, because the length. If you guys don't know, this movie's almost 3 hours. For sure, the longest John Wick. Did you feel the length of the movie?
It at all.
Yeah.
Like the entire time, like I was at the edge of my seat. Like very few movies are able to like keep my attention for that long.
I agree.
And this one did it. Like real good.
Because especially with action, you would think that sometimes in the action,
you get bored after a while.
You get bored. Like the best thing is like in a car chase. I think those are so boring. But in John Wick, these action set pieces take almost like 10, 15 minutes. But you're never bored of it because it feels like they're always doing new things with it.
That's exactly it.
Like when there'll be waves and waves of henchmen coming in, but John Wick is killing them in different ways, so it's always interesting. Like
it felt like a video game. Like the way that all of these waves of people would come, and then John Wick would have these mini bosses throughout this whole movie.
And then he's like progressing, and then they get a new wave, and they get mini boss.
And it was just so good.
Yeah,
it was so much fun to watch. And
are there any issues with the movie?
If I were to think, maybe it wasn't long enough. If anything,
I could see. I mean, they said there was a director's cut of 3 hours and 40 minutes, and before,
I'm watching that.
Yeah, before I was like, how the fuck do you have a 3 hour and 40 minute cut? I'm like, I would watch more of it. I would watch more.
Genuinely speaking, I can't think of anything that I didn't like in this movie.
I'm trying to think because I know John Wick Chapter 3, even though like I think all of the John Wick movies are all A's, and this is like I'm not gonna give my score yet.
Thumbs ups.
Yeah. But I think with John Wick 3, especially when he goes to the desert, that one has a lull. I don't know if this one really has a lull, and I think what was so smart about this movie is how you're always about the kind of the fear that comes with Baba Yaga, but in this movie they kind of showed just the amount of like friendship that he also has, like
the other side of him,
his blood brothers, and like how much people know and respect him. Like there's one of my favorite scenes in the movie where they give Donnie Yen his contract to go after John Wick, and when he's reading the Braille, he stops halfway.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
And he instantly knows, like, oh shit, John Wick, Mr. Wick.
Yeah.
Like, he is literally the boogeyman, and people love him, people hate him, or people are scared of him in this movie. And I think they just did such a great job building out the world.
Yeah.
Especially from the first one, which felt like a direct to DVD.
It felt like what you would expect Lion Gate's movie to be, where it's like, oh, it's a red box, not much budget into it, but like seeing this, I honestly feel like it is a top tier like franchise. Top of the chain that Chad Stahelski, David Leitch, and John Wick, they made fucking Keanu Reeves. They made a whole IP and a whole franchise out of one movie.
This gives me hope for like
original
ideas.
And the writer.
I think original ideas, like because of John Wick, like show that like people having ideas and making these new movies is great.
I agree.
It's way better than having something that's a sequel or a prequel or requel from an old movie.
Yeah, especially with Star Wars and Marvel, like we're seeing just the fatigue. Cause like he's not like people. I don't know. People are liking Mando season 3 as much as maybe when it came out like season 1.
Yeah.
And Marvel movies are now kind of dipping. DC movies are dipping. Like kind of just cool original stuff. Like you're saying.
Exactly.
I think
that's the future.
It's just the passion. I feel like the guys that are doing this, they want to do this. And I think as we're mentioning for other IPs, they're like, just crank it out. It feels like a cookie cutter, but this just felt so pure. Like I can't think of any like. I'm like a fan going over this movie. I literally can't think of any problems with it. Like,
you have to watch it in theaters. Yeah. We watched it in Dolby.
Yeah, I have to watch it in Dolby.
That shakes your
sound,
soul.
shakes your seats. Yeah. It was great. And I love that going from John Wick 1. If like you were to go from like 1 and hear the story of like the legends of John Wick and watch John Wick Chapter 4, like you realize it.
Now I was like, oh, okay, now I
agree.
Like he really is Baba Yaga.
Yeah, it just keeps building and building. Cause that was like. Yeah, I was going to this, like I wasn't super excited, but just coming out, I would watch it again. Owen, would you watch it again in theaters?
I'm watching it tomorrow.
Aaron,
wow.
Are you watching it in Dolby?
I'm watching it in Dolby.
Good shit.
Aaron, would you watch it again in theaters?
Definitely. I think we want to watch it again even on Sunday.
I agree.
That movie is like so good. Such a fun time in the theater. Definitely recommend it. Was there anything you wanted to say before we go into
I think we can wrap down this non-spoiler discussion, go into ratings, and go ahead and let us know what you think.
Like I said, it's a good movie. Is it a perfect movie? I don't know. Did I love the movie? Yes.
It's pretty goddamn close.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think this movie's really great. I think it's everything you want in an action movie.
10 out of 10, but it's sorry.
It's not the best movie.
It's not perfect, but it's 10 out of 10.
Or It's not the best movie because answering your question at the beginning.
Is it a 9/9?
So it's a 10 out of 10.
So you think it's not the best?
That's not the best movie ever made.
Okay.
Oh, no, but it's perfect.
It is perfect
It's a
for the action
masterpiece.
genre. I think it is probably one of the best action movies ever made. 10 out of 10. Loved it. Recommend it. And I want to watch it again.
It's like The Dark Knight. It's like, oh, it is not one of the best movies ever made, but it's perfect. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah. This one's great.
Yeah. Owen, what do you think? Give us your final thoughts.
Beautiful movie. I'm watching it again. I really cannot. Like, there's parts of the movie when I was just like, my mouth was like wide open, gaping. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, I felt like the way that people envision movies and theaters when you're a kid, like just watching a spectacle. This was truly a spectacle. And it's beautiful.
I feel like even for this, like how probably Star Wars, the original one, felt to kids back then. Like I feel like you're gonna see a lot of people who grew up with the John Wick franchise. Is gonna make them want to go into film or martial arts or whatever it is, and it's gonna spark a passion in them. And so that's awesome.
I hope this reinvigorates like the action genre and like original action movies, like the way that the '80s was with like these titans of action heroes. Like I feel like if John Wick is successful, and I know it's successful, just do more movies like this.
Like MK, I want them to take their choreography seriously, like how this was.
Oh yeah.
Get real people to like really make it like a dance, make it so intricate like how this was, and beautiful and fun.
Yeah, because we didn't get a chance to talk it before my score, but Hiroyuki Sanada's daughter, I thought she was really good in this, and I whispered to Amir, I was like, oh man, she'd be a great Katana and Melina. So I'm like, oh, these if they're gonna do more get actual martial art, or she's a singer, but like, just get more people who are really passionate about it, and it's awesome.
Two thumbs up.
So yeah,
two thumbs up.
Yeah,
if I had a third, it'd be three.
Yeah. So as I said, I was fangirling about the movie. I think it's a pretty goddamn great movie. Almost perfect. It is a masterpiece. My ranking is S++++. Like I loved this movie, guys. I can't say enough about it. Go ahead and see it in theaters. Like, oh god, I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, even walking in, I felt like I was overhyping the movie, and I hadn't hyped it enough.
Yeah.
Somehow, I couldn't believe how much better it was than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
And the characters, there's just so many new characters that are so fun. You never get bored, like you said.
Yeah.
It's a great time in the theaters. Definitely recommend it. And yeah, honestly, the John Wick franchise, all of them are super consistent. Like, honestly, you can watch 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's one consistent storyline, which I love.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see more from Chad, Keanu Reeves, everyone. It's so good.
Yeah. So that is our non-spoiler discussion, guys. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you around. It's me, Omid.
Later, guys.
Have a good one. See you soon.